Aries, hello! Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So this week, Aries, it is all the wild unknown. So everything that I'm using this week is from Kim Cran's The Wild Unknown, and I'm starting with the archetypes, Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. So we're going to start with the archetype for the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit, and then going into the Oracle deck, the same name, and the Tarot deck. And so what I'm going to do with the archetypes is I'm going to look at what archetypal energy you're in right now. What archetypal energy you're in right now. And what archetypal energy you're going towards, you're about to become, you're moving into. And there is an extended, so you can, if you're drawn to that, you can find the link at the top of the description. And in the extended, I'm going to look at what energetically sits between these 2 points in time, where you are now and where you're going. So let's get started. Aries. Archetypal energy for Aries. The Village and the Heart. That's interesting. The Village is an interesting card. I'll show you. Sorry. Itchy eye and itchy nose. The Village. So, you know, you think of a village, you think of a lot of people around, but there actually isn't in that card. So I'm intrigued to read it. I'm going to read from the book for you guys. Almost like pulling in something from the village. Definitely pulling something in from the village, but also participating with the village, yet I'm not seeing other energy. So it's really an intriguing card. Now the Heart, this is an interesting card. Something to do with obviously your heart chakra. It's kind of cute because there's two people in a canoe in that card. So let's see where you are right now and where you're going. The Village. Here, I'm going to hold it up for you. I'm going to read it. So this is where you are. The Village. The hometown, the family, the tribe. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists. One most villagers do not want to cross. Oh no, sorry, let me say that again. I read that wrong. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists. One most villagers do not want you to cross. Villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satisfy our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. And it kind of reminds me of just going outside. I know, and it's a very deep message, but just the way things have been is like going outside. But obviously, something, you've outgrown something here. And what's interesting is outgrown, you know, it says right here, around the village, an unspoken boundary exists. One most villagers do not want you to cross. So it's kind of feeling like you're about to go on to something, some sort of adventure, some sort of new cycle in your life, but it's so different from where you've been that, you know, people in and around you, they won't get it. And to them, it's like some sort of weird boundary, like, I wouldn't go past that. That's a very uncomfortable place to go. Where are you going? Ah, you guys are going to go hang out with Anubis at the gates of the moon, aren't you? Right? Because that's what you had last week. All right. Returning to the village is as important as leaving it. This can be thought of as a completion or an integration of what you learned out in the wild. So it's not like you're leaving something. Maybe you're almost like you're leaving some sort of connections or people or energy or cycle behind. But it's not necessarily on a permanent basis. It's to start something else, but yet it does kind of sound like at some point there will be a return to the village. The village moves with you, as it is more of a mindset than a physical place. Aha! So you're going to do something in your head here. So the when in light, intimate, rooted, communal. To go deeper, Haruki Murakami's hard-boiled wonderland and the end of the world. So I have to, like, I don't know if these are books or poems that are quoted here, to go deeper. So that's interesting. That's something for you. It sort of feels like you're moving out of a comfortable area or a familiar area, a familiar group of people, and you're going somewhere else. But it's intriguing that it does say that you will, returning to the village is as important as leaving it. Now that's interesting too, because when you return to something, it can be a little bit like, you know, for some people, I've never really had this experience because I sort of grew up in the greater Toronto area. Like, you know, it's so, but I know there's people that, like, they grow up in an area, they go to school in an area, and then they move far away. And you might find a job in another state, another province. And then you become something too in that. You become something different from where you started in your village. And then you can return to the village and you really, you know what I find is interesting? It's a movie with Ryan Reynolds that is bringing this to my mind. And I can't remember what it's called. It takes place kind of Christmas time, and he was kind of like a nerdy geek in his community, and then he became sort of famous, or he deals with famous people, and then he has to come back home, and it's just like the whole thing all over. It's a very humbling experience. I think it's meant to be a humbling experience if you move beyond what is your comfort area. What has created you, in a way? What has created you? What has built the foundation for where you're about to go? So you're about to go somewhere. Right? You're leaving this comfortable foundation and you're about to go somewhere different. But the key here is I feel at some point there will be a return to the village, to this comfort area. And in a sense, if you're going to be growing and expanding on another level, it humbles you. It does humble you. I'm actually going to bring something up because I find it, and myself, I'm just a regular person. I really am. I'm just a mom. Like, I'm literally just a mom. And I know most of you kind of feel that, but sometimes people, I really feel, get kind of like a little funny starstruck with the YouTube. And what I find, though, I really like is my friend group that I have, because they knew me long before YouTube. And, you know, and they always keep me, they don't give a shit what I'm doing on YouTube. They really don't, because they don't see me as that. And that's kind of like, you know, if you're going to go and do something, I feel like you guys are going to go and do something that's going to elevate you from where you've been. Because it's crossing a boundary, a border, that the people in your area are like, oh, what the hell, what are you doing? They're so high and mighty, or, you know, it might be kind of that energy. But it almost grounds you to come back to the village, because it reminds you of where you came from and who you are, right? Okay, so the heart, this is where you're going. So that's it, because you are going to, it's like you're leaving the village to go somewhere. So you're going to the heart. 31. The heart. Well, now that's interesting, because it says the home. So you're leaving the village to go home. The heart, the home, the center, the throne. It is possible, from an imaginal point of view, to sense the heart as a place. Either we are there, within the realm of expansion or and compassion, or we have drifted somewhere else. There is no in between. It is common for us to leave this archetypal center without realizing it, as the world, with its seductive twists and turns, offers us frequent departure. We may even become a stranger to the landscape of the heart, leaving it vacant for long stretches of time. The seat of the heart, is often reclaimed by nature, music, dance, and the presence of children or animals. This card encourages us to move past the layers of life's tangles and knots and enter the wild and sacred center of the self. The most precious throne in the galaxy is awaiting your return. Wow, that's intriguing. Recall the last time your heart was touched. Soak in every detail you can and feel the heart awaken. It's kind of like a heart chakra awakening here. Some say there is a cave at the center of the heart. Others say it's a pool with a flowering white lotus. Imagine yourself there and draw what you see. When in light, expansive knowing, gentle clarity. To go deeper in this card, in this energy. Wild is the Wind by Nina Simone. It really feels like you're going, so I'm getting your, because the home is the very first word in the description of this card. So even though you're in the village, somehow it's not your home. Your home, what feels like home, does not exist in the village. There's something else, and it's like an awakening of the heart chakra. And it could be something as simple as experiencing something in nature, a song triggering something in you or healing something in you, dance, being in the presence of children or animals. And this energy is going to encourage you to move past the layers of life's tangles and knots. So the things that confine you. And perhaps that's what this energy is, the village, something that confines you. There's kind of an invisible line drawn. We don't go over that line. We don't go over there. We don't go into that. We don't explore that. So you are going to be encouraged to walk out of the village and go into this energy. The most precious throne in the galaxy is awaiting your return. That's an intriguing sentence at the end. So what is the most precious throne in the galaxy? And I think that's your heart. Just from my own personal experiences, the galaxy, the universe itself is love. So if I was going to state that there is a throne for the galaxy, it would be love in some sense, divine love, divinity. But yet it is awaiting your return. So that's interesting. That's interesting. That's a very interesting combination. All right, let's go into the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle and see which energy is fitting with both of these archetypals. It's kind of funny. This is very much, to me, describing kind of Aries energy, the village, because Aries is the one that, is definitely Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, the fire sign energies, even Aquarius too. Sorry if I've missed anyone, but to just kind of leave the familiar and go out into the unfamiliar. To just explore for the sake of exploring. Work. See the spider. Creative work. But that's what you're in now. You're going, what is this heart? Wow. Jeez. It's the Phoenix. Bang. And then the bottom is the Cosmic Egg. Wow. Turning, I'm really getting with the Cosmic Egg the last little while. Turning fantasy and dream into reality. So, the spider and the village. The spider card here for me represents work, your love's work, your it's something that you're devoted to, but in a very creative way. In a very creative way, you draw things towards you with the spider in the web. Things come to you. It's a kind of a high vibrational energy. So a little bit like, because this is where you are, and the village is telling us you're going out of that. Like you're walking out of it, but it's beyond others almost. going into the unknown. Because I'm trying to think, like, what would make the villagers uncomfortable? If another villager is going somewhere, we don't go there, we don't know what's there, we don't go. What do they have on those old pirate maps? Here be monsters, or here be serpents, or something like, right? It's kind of like, it's the unknown, it's scary. And I find that really interesting because of the reading you had last week with Anubis, going through the gates of the unknown. But you can't, not everybody can go through that, right? So there's something that's leading you out of the village, out of an area of comfort for others. Perhaps it's become too comfortable for you, because that's definitely an Aries energy. Something's become too comfortable. It's not a challenge anymore. There's nothing else to learn. There needs to be new things and new experiences. You need to go into the dark. I can just see all lined up at the gate there with Anubis. I would recommend, actually, if you didn't watch it last week, to watch last week's Aries reading, because it feels definitely connected with this. Now, wow, oh my gosh. This is a rebirth, like up out of the ashes. But what I find interesting is this energy does not feel like dead. It may, in a way, feel dead in terms of any momentum around it or anything left for you to learn or do. So needing to go beyond that invisible circle, that invisible line. And kind of like as you transition into this other archetypal energy of the heart chakra is opened. So maybe there's something in the heart that's been closed or broken, or I'm kind of getting closed, being like a chakra, and it's opening, it's being reborn. The heart chakra is being reborn with the heart. So let's see what the tarot has to say. That was interesting. I didn't see anything on the first split. I thought I shared, I've said it for other. It was the Devil and the Death card was the first split. And then the second split is the Devil and the Sun. That's interesting, huh? Because you have the Venus. This card's not going away. All right, so we're going to get 3 cards for each of these archetypal energies. The Sun. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's interesting. You got the Sun, 3 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. The Emperor is your energy, right? So it's funny. When I first pulled out the Sun card, I thought, oh, and I went, wait a second. This is what you're leaving. This is almost like as you're moving here. Because you're leaving, or you're walking away. It feels a little bit like you're walking away from something that to other people is a huge wish fulfillment. And it was a wish fulfillment at some point. But you're taking it beyond just the Sun, because you're eclipsing it. You're eclipsing the Sun. You're going into a 3 of Pentacles energy. You're leaving the village almost to find new villages or new villagers. And you're eclipsing the Sun. Okay. Wow. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune is at the bottom. The Fool, the Judgment, and then it's reversed. You know what I like? The 4 of Swords is in reversed. No more like laying around and healing. So the underline, interesting. There is a huge karmic shift. There's a big, really, and I'm getting that here. Something's going on. There's a big karmic shift. There's a leap of faith involved. But look, it's like standing on this little branch as a baby, as a little chick. And then as soon as you leap, you almost just take flight immediately into like a fully mature, fully capable bird, dove. Oh, there's birds and bats in here. It's really interesting. It's like almost like you're growing and expanding and leaping forward with not just like the energy of yourself, but ancestral energy, guide energy. I get that with the bats. Of course, intuition. Elements, let's say with the bat too, because they use, is it sonar or is that in the water? I'm so bad with that. The little, you know, to see in the dark, like the sound. That's why they got the big ears. They bounce off of, what the heck, that's sonar. Where is that? I don't know why I'm thinking that's in the water. You know what I'm saying? So they use something, they use a sense that we really don't have, but they're doing it and they're using it. So just because others can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist and isn't being utilized by someone. So it's kind of like that energy with the bat there, but also ancestral protection. So really like hooking into the universe and being guided to where to go and taking leaps of faith here. Oh yeah, the Phoenix, we already know. You're having a rebirth here. This is interesting. You have the Father of Wands, the Strength card, and the Mother of Wands. There's your, it's like the King and Queen of Wands. And there's Leo energy right in the middle, like very, very strong. A very, very strong connection here with two energies. It's, well, I guess with the heart chakra is being released, is being reborn, and you have two counterparts here. You and possibly another fire sign. It could be a Leo with the Strength card here. But the Leo to me really does signify just the strength between these two energies. Because what you're about to do, it literally, oh, look. Oh, dang. Oh, silly am I. Because there's the Sun card and the Emperor, and that's Leo and Aries again. And what sits between them is like collaborative energy, working together, even like an energy that comes together to surpass mountains, to move mountains, to climb over mountains. Because it's a very strong energy. And I'm just using these cards this week, so I'm just pulling in anything else I can get here. I see with the Father of Wands, it is the only card here that has a lightning bolt. There's some sort of, with the lightning bolt I get like information, even like a tower moment. So there's something significant here with the Father of Wands. Obviously one of these is masculine and one of these is feminine, one is yin and one is yang. It kind of depends more on, it's not necessarily like a man or a woman, right? The Father or the King of Wands is someone who a little more in control. Waits a little, I want to say, has a little more control over from a distance even of what's going on around them, the village, their village. Whereas the Mother of Wands or the Queen of Wands is a little more engaged in the village, like functioning in the village. Because the kings are controlling and the queens are expressing and doing. So however that resonates for you. But then here's the Strength card. I'm going to go, so the last card I'm going to do here is, it's from, I don't know what this is called. So bad. I know the link is in the description. It is, oh, and it's a big box. I don't know where it is. I feel so bad. I don't have the book. No, because, anyways, you're going to get a card from this Oracle deck. So really, it does look like, Aries, like heart chakra, opening up, rebirth of heart chakra, and some sort of counterpart. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of fire, a lot of passion. and surmounting, going past, eclipsing the sun, combining two fire energies somehow. But remember, some people may not like you leaving the village. Because it doesn't make sense. Why are you leaving the village, right? The village has got everything you need. But Aries is bored. She's just bored, I don't know. I think everybody is bored right now. You have fairy, energy, manifestation, and play. The affirmation. I shine my light with playfulness and pleasure. Oh, that sounds like fun. Okay, so at the back, there's a whole bunch at the back I'm going to read for you. It would help you to come out of your head and into your body. What practices could help you to play, laugh, and welcome the healing energies that are naturally attracted to your joyful spirit? Consider adding dance, music, singing, meditation, and time in nature to your life. Okay, I have to stop right there because that was described right here. Or was it on this one? Wait, is this one the heart? Right? Yes, it was this one because that's what you're going into. That was described in there. Those things. I'm not sure. Be and share the light within you. The Earth Mother will support you with the opportunities and grace needed to fulfill your sacred destiny. There is no need to grasp or hold on. Let go and trust in what is meant for you. That's good. And there you go. Remember your underline? The Wheel of Fortune. All you have to do is leap. And we'll look at, you're kind of being told when you leap off the branch, you're going to fly like you, almost like you're flying into something you've never done before, but you're going to soar like you've been doing it all your life. And a cosmic egg is also your other underline. Very intriguing, Aries. Very intriguing, my friends. So I'm going to go and do the extended and see what sits, kind of like a blind spot, what missing information is sitting between these 2 points in time for you. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.